CiteMed understood our products really well. They understood how big our portfolios were, and they didn't require too much. We didn't have to work with them as often to explain the products. Also, I think they also understood our need for quick turnaround. I think that's really the biggest one for us. We keep moving. We have a lot of different projects. We have a small team, so we have a lot of stuff to turn around quickly and keep moving so that we can take our expansive portfolio and market it all over the world. And we wouldn't have been able to do that if we didn't have a reliable, trustworthy partner that understood our sense of urgency and also need for quality. So without compromising quality, yet being efficient with turnaround, which is ultimately why we continue to work with them and why we were really happy with the work they produced. When we first initiated the project, we were expecting that it was going to take a really long time. I mean, I can say that we required a few literature searches, so we were planning on having one every few months. And we basically planned our timelines out in accordance, but actually our turnaround was a lot quicker. We were getting them a lot faster than we were ready for them, which is really good. We were able to basically move up our timelines, get our projects done, submit our files, and just keep moving. Sitemed was probably the most efficient. They didn't require a lot of my help. They didn't need to reach out to me very often to ask for anything. Once we gave them all the information up front, they basically just worked in the background and didn't keep coming back or asking for more information. Other consultants I've worked with have asked for our completed files before they were able to do our literature searches or our CERs. That wasn't the case with CiteMed. They did look at the final finished product just to make sure everything was in alignment, but they didn't require it at the forefront. They were able to kind of work in tandem with us, and then we were able to complete projects concurrently. Our group is very hesitant to work with consulting groups because they tend to be very expensive and charge us per hour. And I mean, I'm not sure how long it takes, but I know it's like upwards of 30, 40 hours on a single file. And we had many. So we're very hesitant about how or who we choose to work with outside of Medline. At the same time, when we do choose to work with somebody, we're not just looking for, somebody that's affordable. We're looking for somebody that's also going to produce quality product. If we had not been receiving what we deemed quality product or quality reviews and searches, we wouldn't have continued working with them. I would say that technical files in and of themselves are a huge undertaking. So having to have a literature search on file for all of our technical files, in addition to clinical evaluation reports, we were really just looking for somebody that was able to do it, that was able to work with us and able to produce quality work in an efficient amount of time. And I think that's primarily what we're looking for, because we're a small team. We had a lot of work to get through, and having a partner we could rely on that could give us exactly what we needed without needing to use us as resources too much was exactly what we needed. And that's pretty much what we got with CiteMed. One of the biggest challenges was having to be so well versed in the regulations and being able to apply that to a wide variety of different medical devices. Because you can understand how to regulate a specific device, but when you are referring back to the regulations and trying to understand exactly how they would apply to a new device you want to bring to the market, or maybe bringing that specific device to a new market that you've not really been in, I would say that the most challenging part is constantly having to navigate and understand and apply the regulations and what they mean. Not even just at a regulatory level, but be able to translate that into a way that our stakeholders, our project managers, our sales teams could also understand. Learn the new regulations and comply with them is very daunting. In addition to the number of technical files that we had to bring up to compliance, I would say it was a pretty overwhelming time for us. And it really, I mean, what was important is that we had somebody that understood the compliance requirements and could almost serve as a resource for us was critical, especially because of how rigorous and demanding the new tech files needed or what they needed to support was. So I would say that overall, it's definitely a daunting task. It's complicated. You want to make sure that the files are thorough. You're looking at every part of the device and testing it, and you're conducting literature searches accordingly. And so, I mean, definitely overwhelming, I would say.